Hi guys, welcome back. If you're already part of this family, welcome back. I'm so excited to be here. And if this is your first time, welcome. I'm sending you all good vibes, high vibrational frequencies, because you know that's all we're all about here, right? Good vibes, growth, and just evolving into the best, grandest versions of ourselves. So if that's the type of content you're into, you know what to do. Like the video and also subscribe down below. Okay, so today's topic I'm really excited about. Today's topic is the law of attraction. So basically, the law of attraction entails that we do attract into our lives all the experiences that we actually have in our lives. So through our thoughts, through our words, we emit that vibration and bring back that energy into our lives, and we end up having those experiences. So with the law of attraction, there's also what is called the law of vibration. They actually move hand in hand. So the law of vibration is basically saying nothing is static, everything is always moving. My hand right now looks like it's, hard, physical, but we all know it's not. When you put it under a microscope, it will have you will see that it's not moving. So you will see that it's got particles moving and stuff like that. So nothing is static, everything is always moving. So I can give you an example of how vibration works and frequency. So I'm sure you've had times of where you are actually thinking of a friend, and you're just thinking about them or maybe I should call them up one of these days. And you look at your phone and that person calls, It's not a coincidence. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Everything is always correlated. There's a cause to every effect and every effect to every cause. So at that moment, it means because every thought has a frequency. Every thought that you think has a frequency. So it means that your thought frequency and their thought frequency were on the same, same line. So you felt that intuitive nudge, or they felt that intuitive nudge to call you, and then you go like, oh my god, I was just thinking about you, or oh my god, I was thinking about you just a few hours ago. So that's what actually happens with vibration and frequency. The other way I can lay it out for you is also like, you can't expect to listen to music from radio 2 on a frequency from radio 4. So you need to align your frequency with the goals that you want to achieve in your life. You need to align your frequency with that which you want to achieve in your day, in your month, in your year, in your life. Because we don't necessarily attract what we want, but we attract what we are. Okay? So we do not attract what we want, we attract what we are. So if you believe subconsciously that you do not deserve wealth and abundance, that is what you will attract to your life. And you will always be sort of attracted to situations that will give you that sort of assurance that, this is how things are. So that's why I'm always insisting on be careful with what you speak. Be careful with the thoughts you think, because you actually have the power. You have the power to switch. You have the power to switch. You have the power to just say, okay, I'm not gonna think this. This is not serving me. It's not serving me. This is something that has been spoken about by so many people. James Allen said, "As a man thinketh, so is he." Buddha said, "What you think about all day long is what you become." You know, your thoughts create your reality. So this is something that has been spoken about for thousands and thousands of years. It's not new information, guys. It's not new information. It's been there for a long time, and the greatest of people have actually known this. Like you can look through, and if you read biographies, you will see certain things that are sort of like the same in all these people. Yeah. For example, if you look at the greatest people, greatest entrepreneurs, right? We've got Steve Jobs, you will think Elon Musk, you will think Jeff Bezos, or you look at some of the greatest leaders, you will think Mother Teresa, you will think Mahatma Gandhi, you will think Mandela, you know. But what do you think was the common theme amongst all those people that made them great, that has made them that those are people who will talk about for centuries and centuries to come? Was it the money? No. Some of them didn't even have money, you know. But it was their mindset. Their mindset is what made them achieve everything. If you, for example, you remove everything, you remove the technology, you remove the money, you remove whatever it is that they all achieved, you remove the firm that the fame that they achieved, you know, and they start afresh, we all know they'll still achieve what they achieved or greater, because it's not about those things that were actually around them, but it's about their mindset. So you need to ask yourself, like, what type of mindset do I have? Is it actually serving me? Is it serving me to become the best version of myself? So yeah, so you need to always realize that you're emitting a frequency every time you are thinking. Every thought has a frequency, and every thought will have an effect. So this doesn't mean you now get scared of every thought. No, you know, the one way that you can actually see or notice your thought frequency is by your feelings, because human beings have over 60,000 thoughts in a 24-hour cycle. Over 60,000 thoughts. There's no way that you're going to be able to, you know, make sure that every thought is, you know, make sure, okay, what's the next thought? Oh, am I thinking bad thoughts? Oh, I'm inviting bad thoughts. So what you do is that you use your feelings. So are you feeling good? When you're feeling good, you know you're thinking good thoughts. When you're feeling bad, you know that you're down here under bad vibrations, and you're inviting more bad experiences into your life. So you need to have that thing, have the self-awareness around your feelings. And you're gonna notice this, that every time you think bad feelings, you know, sometimes we even cringe because maybe you remember something, you know, that is literally your body telling you, like, we're not supposed to be thinking this. This is not serving us. You know. So you have to use your feelings to sort of become like your internal GPS system, like it's guiding you, your guidance system in yourself. Okay, so because I'm a big believer in knowing about yourself. You know, we always want to know about everything else, but I believe that knowing about how the mind works, knowing about who you are, what you truly are, is really how you can achieve many things around you. You know, it is really how you can actually have a wholesome life, like feeling whole as a human being. So yeah, so always use your feelings. Careful what you think. It doesn't mean there's a buffer of time, you know. It doesn't mean that immediately I think something bad and it will happen tomorrow. And it's been scientifically proven that a positive affirmation or a positive thought is 100 times more powerful than a negative thought. So you just cancel, and just give yourself some good vibes and just think about something good. Okay, listen to some good music, you know, go play outside with your pet if you have a pet. Just put yourself in an environment that will make you feel good about life again. Okay, so the next part that has also really helped me in my law of attraction journey, you know, sort of like manifesting different things, small and big, in my life, has been gratitude. You know, I write things that I'm grateful for every day. So sometimes I do it in the morning. I do it in the morning actually every day because of my journal. And then sometimes I do it in the evening, but sometimes if I don't manage to actually write, I'll just think through things that happened during the day that I'm truly grateful for. Like, what was the greatest thing that happened today? And I'll say, like, I'm so happy and grateful that this happened, that I got to spend time with my family, that this happened, that I received this and stuff like that. So yeah, so you need to have an attitude of gratitude, because the more you're thankful for what you have, is the more you will be given more to be thankful for. So you need to be thankful. I feel like that's sort of like the paradox of sort of like manifestation, or wanting to manifest your desires, is that you also need to be in the present and actually enjoy what you currently have, you know, because if you can't be grateful for what you have right now, then how are you going to be grateful for what you will have in the future, you know? So put out that good vibe, put out that, you know, increase your frequency by actually being grateful for your family, being grateful for shelter, being grateful that you have the eyes to watch this, being grateful for your clothes. You might want better, but of course, you know, you can be grateful for what you have right now as you are evolving into getting better as time goes by. And the next thing is visualization. If you've been watching my videos, I'm sure you've heard me speak on visualization. Visualization is really, really important. So basically, visualization is you having a visual mental picture in your head of what you want. You know, it could be something short term, long term, you know, so you have a mental picture in your head, sort of like a screenshot of the end goal, you know, what it would look like to have what you want. So visualization is not just like mere daydreaming. No, visualization is you imagining in picture your wants, but with the feeling of how you would feel if you actually achieved those things. So like, I've had moments where like I'm visualizing and it feels so good that I don't even feel like I need whether it that particular thing that I'm visualizing. So that's actually what you should attain for. Like, you need to imagine yourself, involve all your senses. You need to involve your smelling, your eyesight, your touch. If it's a car, you imagine yourself in your car, you imagine driving it, you imagine the smell, you imagine the color, you become specific exactly about what you want. So visualization is really important. There was actually a study that was done where they got 3 groups of basketballers. So the first group was taught to practice for 2 weeks. The second group was taught to only visualize for 2 weeks, and every time they're visualizing, they should visualize the end goal, which is them being able to throw the ball into the basket. I hope that's what it's called. I don't really know much about basketball, but yeah, they should visualize them being able to throw the ball into the basket. And the third group was taught to do nothing and just wait for the 2 weeks when they would have sort of whatever, the tournament or whatever. So what happened was that the second group, you know, the ones which were taught to visualize, were actually the best players. Like, they didn't even practice, but them practicing in the mind, because your mind actually doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not. So when you're imagining, you know, when you're imagining good things happening, your mind actually thinks that thing is happening at that moment. It doesn't know that you're imagining. It thinks that thing is happening at that moment. So it means that the next time you put yourself in a certain environment, it will be like, oh yeah, we know this. Yeah, we already know how it will end, and you know, those good things happen. So that's what happened. And for me, I like to mix action. The law of attraction has action at the end, so nothing can work without you actually taking action. And that action actually happens. Sometimes you'll get like sort of like a nudge to do something, a nudge to call someone, nudge, and always follow that intuitive path that comes to you, because that's the inspired action that is coming as a result of you actually visualizing, as a result of you scripting, as a result of you meditating towards the goals that you want. So take action, visualize, and just, you know, show up as your greatest, best version of yourself. You need to act as if you are already the person that you intend to be. You need to enter that room as the person you want to be in the next 5 years, but put it in your mind that you are already that person. Okay, so carry yourself like the best version of yourself. Okay, so yeah, those are some of the things I had on the law of attraction. You know, the law of attraction is sort of like a broad, it's a pretty broad topic. And so these are just some of the things I just needed you guys to sort of understand, that even when I'm saying like you create your reality, this is what I mean and this is what I am saying. That's pretty much some of the things that I had for you today on the law of attraction. Remember, we create our reality through the thoughts and the words that we speak. Life is meant to be easy. Our true nature, our true self is happiness. So life is always pushing you towards the happiest version of yourself. That's why when you're happy, when you're laughing, when you're with family, when you're with good friends, when you're having a good time, you feel so aligned, and it just feels like time is not moving, because you are now in your truest version of yourself, and that is the happy version of you. So yeah, so these are some of the books that have really helped me with understanding the law of attraction. If you haven't watched the documentary The Secret by Rhonda Burns, definitely look for it and watch it. The Secret documentary by Rhonda Burns, it's amazing. So this is her book, The Secret. I love this book so much. It's been a book that has really helped me. It has revolutionized my thinking, and Rhonda Burns has been somewhat like, you know, an online mentor for me. And she always just brings me back to realizing that life is easier than we make it. Life is not supposed to be so complicated. You become what you are, you become what you think about, and you have to put out good energy out there, because there is a cause to every effect and an effect to every cause. So definitely, if you can't watch the documentary, you can purchase this at any local bookstore, regardless of where you're watching this from. I know The Secret is all around the world, so you can purchase this. And this one, The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. This is such an amazing book. Basically, Joseph Murphy, I believe, was way ahead of his time. So he also talks about the power that we have in our minds to create the situations that we want to create in our lives. You know, he talks about aspects of putting yourself in a sleepy state just before you sleep, and imagining yourself actually achieving that thing that you want to achieve. It's got so much goodness. It speaks on faith, the power of knowing that what you want is already yours. You just have to put yourself in vibrational alignment with it. And of course, my favorite is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This is one of the books that looks so old because I read it a lot. Yeah, I read it a lot, and it's got different stories, different real-time stories of different people and how they actually used their mind to achieve what they wanted during the time that they actually wanted to achieve it. So yeah, those are some of the books that I feel, if you wanted to understand the law of attraction, you can check them out, read them online, offline, audiobook, whatever it is, just to sort of more understand how the mind really works, how the energies of the world really work, and who you are and how powerful you are as a human being, because you are so freaking powerful that you can create anything and everything that you would want to create. When Steve Jobs thought of making the iPhone, he didn't know how to do it, but he knew he was going to do it. You know, when the Wright brothers said they wanted to fly a plane, to fly something, you know, he didn't know how they didn't know how they were gonna do it. They just knew they were going to do it, and people laughed at them and thought they were crazy. And you know, the Wright brothers said they wanted to fly a plane. You know, they didn't know how, but they just knew they had a conviction that they wanted to do it. And you know what? People laughed at them, and here we are today. Aeroplanes are like a normal thing. When Henry Ford said, you know, he wanted to make a car, you know, he didn't know how, but he knew that he wanted to do it, and he put his mind and focus towards it. When who's the light bulb guy? I'm just forgetting his name, but yeah, you know, he failed 1,000 times. Thomas Edison. Yeah, when Thomas Edison, you know, said he was going to make the light bulb, he failed 1,000 times. And you know what he said when they said, how do you feel that you failed 1,000 times before you could actually make the light bulb work? And he said, I did not fail 1,000 times. There were 1,000 steps for me to making the light bulb. Guys, mindsets, you know, like, you know, you just have to focus and put your mind to it, and you can achieve anything and everything that you really want. Just make a switch and know who you really are, and you are capable of greatness. So yeah, so remember, you create your own reality. I am here rooting for you. If you want to know more about the law of attraction, I have classes, I have courses. I'll put down a link below of my email address. You can send me a message and we can go from there, and I will guide you and also teach you on how these different laws that we have in the universe work, and how you can actually use that energy towards you achieving your greatest desires. So I love you all so much, and this has been good. I am pretty excited to listen to the comments, and if you have anything else that you know about the law of attraction, or something that you would want me to like sort of emphasize on or insist on, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what stood out for you. Let me know what maybe even some of the topics that you would want to hear me speak on. Let me know in the comments below. I love you all so much, and remember to like your girl's video and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. So yeah, have a good one. Thank you.